fucking Bill O'Reilly up in here.
I hope not.
Yeah.
O'Reilly.
If someone go to our YouTube page
here's the other thing too. I need to make sure I have all my my screenshots and links and whatever.
Yeah, and also make sure your audio recording setup is ready to go, because you guys don't want to get that wrong.
We also have a bunch of
It, oh, and I can actually play the theme song. Oh wait, one second. Just kidding.
Oh,
No hay.
And we're good. We're live.
we're
Okay,
live.
so we're going now.
We're going now.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to I Choose You episode 100.
Oh.
Heyo.
Woo!
We finally
God
did it. We
damn.
made it 2 full years and change of I Choose You goodness,
Triple
ready
digits.
to roll. And I'm so excited. I Choose You is the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. And joining me this week, as always, is
Ben Montoya, the friend of the show.
Ian Davis, the Miles Prower of the show.
we heard there's a pre-echo.
Oh yeah, there is. And it's gone.
Nice.
And who was that? Who's manning the tech back there?
That'd be me, Evan Aubrey, man behind the curtain.
Hell yeah.
Well, guess what? We're all in front of the curtain now because we're streaming this live. We're doing it live out there for all the choosies in Radioland. We wanted to make sure that this was something special, so you can see our smiling faces and disorganized rooms, and you can finally see Ian's Funky Kong background, which I think is an important element of basically the last 3 months of the show. Finally, all come together. As we try to present to you the greatest and most delectable podcast in the world.
You can see the special care and Photoshop genius that our friend Michael Woods did to that picture behind Ian with the pure LaCroix.
That is some good stuff. I'm so happy that all of our fans can now take what we've been taking in for almost an entire season.
Yeah.
Yes, and build it into an elaborate joke that for most of the last couple of months has just been only an audio thing that we talk about in the background. But yeah, so this is I Choose You Live, a podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon, where we come up with the best recipes each week, and we talk about them, and we say who has the best recipe, who would you like to eat the most. And for our special 100th episode, we're going to be talking about cooking and eating Slowpoke. But first, I think, Ian, you wanted to mention that I think we have a very special episode of LaCroix Boys to start us off.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, first of all, like, this is just a little bit different because we can hear from you in quote unquote real time in seconds.
It's actually 20 seconds later. We're sorry about that.
Right. If you're listening to this, just give up. There's no way. But if you're seeing it live, you still have a chance. And we can hear your LaCroix choices in real time.
Yeah, so
And
quasi real time. So, Ian Davis, start off the show.
yes, of course. Welcome to LaCroix Boys, the podcast about cracking open and guzzling LaCroix. I'm your host, Ian Davis. This week I bring to you passion fruit because I'm passionate about this show. Jeremy, what do we got?
I've got Trader Joe's brand hard seltzer that's lime flavored because I thought this was a special occasion. I need to break out kind of like a little toasty bit here.
You thought this was a special occasion, so you brought out second tier LaCroix.
No, this is a first tier hard seltzer. It's very good. I'm gonna recommend it.
All right.
It's delicious.
Let the record show that Liqueur Boys does not endorse Trader Joe's brand seltzer.
No.
Evan, what do you got?
I do.
I'm glad you
I
asked.
have Trader Joe's brand
Get the hell out of here,
hibiscus
Ben.
lemongrass LaCroix with me.
God, what's happening?
But that's actually my second drink because this is, as Evan as we've already declared, this is a 2-can podcast, and I've got a mango White Claw.
Ooh, I'm all about the hibiscus lately because it is almost springtime, and this is definitely reminding me of some nice flowers for sure.
Well, it is actually spring today that we're recording, March 21st. I'm seeing in chat, Toe to Tip That's a Bart says, my LaCroix choice is pure but uncarbonated. It's water, unbranded. Helen also says, I also just have water. So,
is it just water? That's branded.
Is it just water though?
Some other friends of ours have noted that they just have. Grace says Trader Bros. Yes, look. Here's the thing. I love Trader Joe's and their wide variety of moderately priced alcoholic beverages. It's perfect for a young professional such as myself as we go forward. Yes.
Well, I'll be honest. I right before recording this was out doing groceries at Trader Joe's. Let the record.
And this is how you planned your drinking choices.
Yep. We gotta. Clearly, we need to bring this, draw this in a little bit. Cosmic Squirtle is currently drinking a peach pear LaCroix. Thank you, Cosmic Squirtle.
And I just saw Ed. Thank you for donating.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
If anyone wants to donate, let me just do that real quick. If anyone wants to donate, there's a link in the YouTube description. It goes to the Stop AAPI Hate organization. So yeah, thank you for doing that.
Also, it goes to their Twitter because their website's down right now.
The website is down, but I swear to you, it's going to get to them as soon as the show is over.
Emma, Ben's sister, asked, "Where's the TJ sponsor?" And that's a good question. We hype them up as much as LaCroix, and what their newspaper that they send out to me in the mail. Nary mentions our show in it.
But TJ's does have a podcast, so.
Oh my god! Really?
I can make the TJ connection maybe.
Okay, well that's good to hear. But I'll keep talking about your beverage of choice in the chat, and we'll keep shouting it out. Maybe we move on to different things throughout the show as we go along. But now let's move into the recipe section of our program, where we each bring up our own recipes. There have been many Pokemons that have kind of had, seemingly obvious, cooking associations with them, which is something like Farfetch'd or Miltank, which kind of bring you on a plate. But today, we're talking about a Pokemon that is 100% known to be eaten and consumed in the Pokemon universe, which is very important. It is called Slowpoke.
Ooh, all right. I'm so excited for this recipe because it is, this show was a long time coming, right? Slowpoke is what kind of originated the do people in the Pokemon universe eat Pokemon? Right. And I'm so happy that we're finally getting there.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it makes me think what do we even fucking do after episode 100? This feels like a weird we've proved something for sure, but where do we go forward?
And what did we prove?
I can't say what we did, but we did prove something.
It proves that every Pokemon can be a delicacy, can really bring an essence to the experience of consuming and eating. And so I think the delicious world presented in Pokemon can go beyond Slowpoke, which is a canonical treat, like Giovanni eats, and is now something that everyone can participate in.
Yeah. Well, I actually was kind of curious just to open this up a little bit because I did, it did seem like a big one, so I did kind of go through some research, and I found it interesting that there was a bunch of entries that were about eating Slowpoke, but it had 3 different flavor profiles. So there's this one entry that says Alolan home cooking involves drying Slowpoke tails and then simmering them in a salty stew. Then in Shield, the regular Slowpoke says when this Pokemon's tail is soaked in water, sweetness seeps from it. I don't know what that means. If it's supposed to be salty. And then in the Galarian Slowpoke is spicy because Galarian Slowpoke eat the seeds of a plant that grows only in Galar, and their tails have developed a spicy flavor. So I'm like, I don't really know what to do about that, right?
It's a great variety, and I want to stop you right there and just say thank you to Duchess Taco for giving us $100 tip. Way cool.
Oh, Chefgate's got the $20. We got Asia coming in at 10. We got Jillian with 420. People are showing up, man.
Oh man.
Chefgate wants me to say the word Giovanni again, so I'm going to say it like I did previously. Giovanni. There you go. I hope that answers those questions. But yes, Ben, I think that's a great point. This is the Pokemon that kind of has the international flavor sensation that's bringing everyone together. So now I would like to move on to our personal recipes. But unfortunately, I don't remember who the last person who won was because that was 2 weeks ago.
It was Evan, right?
I actually do. Here, give me 1
Is
second.
it me?
Because I was actually looking at this right before we were doing this because I wanted to check something, and the thing that I wanted to check was had I won a single episode since season 3 ended, and the answer was no. So I definitely wasn't misremembering that. It was for the record, the person who last won was Evan with his Trapenia coladas.
Oh, but man. Well, I'm glad we're kicking it off because I gotta do a few things to set up for my recipe here. So I have some visual aid this week.
Oh, great!
All right, okay.
I should have thought of some like posters to bring up.
I am
humor.
I am a Photoshop wizard, as some might say, self-proclaimed.
Design is your passion.
It is really, and you'll see that in a second. But okay, so I was looking at Slowpoke, and obviously we know, like, yeah, they eat the tail, right? Like that's a thing. And then I was looking at like, okay, what can I do with variations of Slowpoke? Because people eat the tail, like whatever. Slowpokes are pink, like. So I was looking at other Slowpokes. The Galarian Slowpoke is happens to be a little yellow on his tail and on his forehead.
Yeah.
And you know what it reminded me of, and I'll just send it and put it up right now, is Slowpoke fondue.
Oh.
Oh my god. What?
So
yes.
Great.
And it's going to be a little delayed for people on the stream.
Oh my gosh.
Slowpoke fondue. And yeah, you don't really have to do much, right? Like he's soft, he's supple, he's chewy. You get your favorite sort of cheese. Mine would be a nice melted brie, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what are other good fondue cheeses? Ian, do you have an idea?
I've always done like a blend. I don't know that I've ever committed to like one cheese.
Okay. But yeah, anyway, so this is my recipe this week. It's a simple appetizer, good for episode 100. I usually eat fondue for celebration.
It is
and
a party
so
food. Yeah.
It is. It really is. And we can't party normally right now. So I'm just gonna eat fondue alone and cry. But
so my question is in this picture, it looks like that that the Slowpoke fondue is. So you're dipping it in. Okay. I was looking at the picture on the stream again, and I thought that he was like the top of the bread bowl because of the way the picture is.
So yeah, behind the thing they are normally
the
pieces of bread. Yeah, so he's not part of the bread bowl. Although that brings up an interesting point: is if Slowpoke was made out of bread and just had a doughy inside. Anyway,
what?
Something I thought about.
So you're saying just like he has like his skin is a nice crust. And then you like crack it open, and it's nice and doughy on the inside.
Right?
What?
Anyway, we can forget I ever said that. But and then as someone else pointed out in the chat, Tyler said, "Is that milk tank cheese I see?" And just for you, Tyler, it's milk tank cheese.
Just because you asked.
Just because you asked.
And I bet it's the soft gooey type of cheese that really makes you go.
Well, that's the thing about the fondue thing. I think like if it's really successful, it like when you try to pull away from the thing, it like that long string comes off, and you're like, I'm like trying not to get molten cheese all over everywhere.
Ooh, okay, so people are hopping on the Slowpoke as bread train in the chat.
Connor Hayes says Dopoke, which I think is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
If you put a picture of Slowpoke next to the Pillsbury Doughboy, I think we can make that connection.
Here's the thing. I feel like you can definitely do a doughy themed like treat that's like stylized like Slowpoke. I mean, let's just say it. Slowpoke, little cutie, like it's just like a very kind of tubby chubby little fella, and can definitely be like stylized in various kinds of foods. I think bread's like that would be it. But I don't know if it's made of bread. I'm gonna.
Ben, we've had crazier presuppositions. Ian Davis.
Yes,
Thank
raise your damn hand.
Listeners at home can send Ian raise his hand, which he does every week. This is not something special.
I got a model for my students. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I thought when you were like, oh, he's yellow, I thought like you were gonna go with like he's the cheese. You like melt his like the top of his head, and then you just dunk the chunks of bread right in there.
I can't jump around all over the place with my presuppositions here, so I'm sticking to Dopoke.
Yes, Dopoke. I like the Slowpoke as the dipping item because it, first of all, your elegant visual aid really highlights the importance there. But it's also, I think, like a great. I think texturally it'll play well with the cheese. Do you think we have other things like pretzel sticks or mini sausages dipping in there, or is it just the Slowpoke?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a fan of also Granny Smith apples.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God, guys, look, summer's just around the corner, and let me tell you, in the summertime, here's what you do. You go to your grocery store, you buy a Granny Smith apple, you grab a block of sharp white cheddar cheese, you slice that apple, you slice that cheese, you put a cheese slice on the apple, and it is so good that it makes you want to cry. That's a free one from me.
I'll do you one better, Jeremy. You get those same ingredients. It's a hot summer day. You stick them in the fridge overnight. You pull them out in the morning. And you have a nice hot shower with your cold apple and cheese.
Shower fondue?
Oh, now you're onto something.
Yeah, shower spits out fondue, and it
No, not that.
Wait a minute.
Gets all over your body.
All right, well, that's me. Who else wants to go? I feel like I've just devolved this stream into such a mess.
Like my fondue shower, such a mess.
Well, you provided visual aids, and people go crazy for visual aids.
Yeah, if anyone else has pictures for me to show, just put them in Skype, and I'll throw them over.
I did.
I wish I thought of that. Honestly, I wore this apron because I was like, that's fun, but obviously I should have done a silly Photoshop.
Oh man.
Ben, why don't you go next? I hope your recipe this week leads to a winner.
Well, I hope so too, honestly. Like I was kind of hoping that like maybe because of the fact that the vote is no longer determined by, the four of us, that I can really like, lean on that like crowd sympathy vote. That would really make my day, honestly. So here's the thing is like the whole I feel like, it gives us the like, oh yeah, people eat Slowpoke thing, like there's that. I feel like there's so many directions you can go with it. Like, do you, because it is so like canonical, do you go for the most realistically canonical thing, or do you go the complete opposite direction? You know what I mean? Like how in the weeds and like in the canon do you want to go with this? Because it's not like a fucking Beldum where like no one ever thought that we should eat that before we had this show.
Yes.
This is a whole other like animal, honestly. And what I'm thinking is like in Bulbapedia, gives a description of like maybe it's a giant otter or like a hippo or something. Like it's like a weird cross between like things. It's not like a for sure thing. I always thought it kind of looked like a dinosaur. But
I thought it was a little fuzzier than that. I didn't think it had scales.
oh, interesting. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have like an animal to animal analog really, in my mind. But for some reason, it's giving me like a lot of like pig vibes. You know, like it's kind of, I feel like pork, you know, kind of just comes naturally when I look at it. It's got a kind of like a ham.
I think
And
it's
kind of
Montoya,
look to it.
pork comes naturally.
Yeah, I think it's because it's pink.
Exactly. Yeah. And I guess that would kind of give it more of the like you were saying, like kind of furry, not furry, but like there are hairs there. And
Yes,
it's
like
not
a
like
pig.
scaly. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going with the pig idea, and the way that I'm thinking through this is like slow poke, slow roast. You know, like it's like
Oh.
a slow moving Pokemon, so like makes sense to like cook it slowly.
So you're saying as he's trying to escape, you just like hold a blowtorch over him.
As it's walking, you have like a car wash, but it's just like a grill
my
that it
Oh my
walks through.
It's like a Domino's pizza oven where they just like
Yes.
put him on the rack and you just run him through.
Oh,
I was
I like.
thinking more like crock pot, honestly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I kind of,
but
I mean, that's an interesting
I
theory.
see like he's going through the car wash and it's like spraying him with oils and seasonings and stuff and like.
That's the equivalent of like the rainbow soap. But
It's got those like
Yeah.
those big like weird brushes that go like and they like slap your car, except they're covered in like olive oil.
They're like, and it's like tenderizing him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
tell us
wasn't
about
expecting that.
your crock pot, if you will.
Right. Okay. So, and the tail really, I think, is the most edible part, obviously. And the best part about this is it grows back. So, you know.
Is that? I wanted to talk about that because like that.
Okay.
That's, they wrote that. They made that canon like for Sun and Moon. So like up until this point, you know what I mean?
Well, and
Like,
yeah, and in Red and Blue, there's like that whole like storyline with the Team Rocket and the Slowpoke
Right.
tails, like, and it was supposed to be like animal cruelty, kind of, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that
Right.
was like the thing is like you got to stop them, they're evil, and not like, oh, it's just like Slowpoke tails, no big deal. Like,
Well, you see, it was like they're Giovanni was finally committing a crime.
yeah. So, where was I going with this? Yes. Okay. Slow cooked Slowpoke. And then, you know, and I want to get it. So like kind of going with the pork, you know, idea, like I want to get like a slow cooked and then like pulled, pork. And I want to make it for a sandwich and, you know, kind of like a sloppy Joe, you might say.
Oh,
But this isn't a sloppy Joe at any old restaurant,
No.
mind you, because they like, you know, how I was talking, like, you know, whether to go like full canon or to go the opposite direction. Like, actually, like there was a spin-off series with Professor Oak only.
Oh, Professor Hoke.
And Professor Oak retired, you know, from the Pokemon research biz, and opened his own restaurant on a rather angular or sloping sloping hill. So a restaurant on like a real big slope, you know, like y equals mx plus b type of situation.
Sure.
And they call it Slopey Oaks, right? And
Oh my god.
you go there, you go to Slopey Oaks for the sloppy joes, and
Oh,
it's with Slowpoke, obviously.
I thought you were gonna call it a slow Joe,
I thought
but I appreciate your puns so much more.
so.
I feel
Are
like
the sandwiches like served at an angle? Are they like cut diagonally and like kind of placed like that on your plate?
It's really just more the restaurant. Like it's just built in a really like weird spot. You know what I mean?
This is like that restaurant at the top of Sandia Peak that you have to take a tram to get to.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like that. You would describe that restaurant as very slopey. I'm
Yes.
sure.
Does this restaurant move in any way like restaurants on top of things tend to do, like the one on the Space Needle? Does it like spin around?
Oh yes.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's just a researcher. He doesn't really have the kind of like architectural and like the skills to. I mean, he does know how to cook. Like those, he doesn't know like all of the ins and outs. He just kind of got stuck with this one spot, this location. Bad real estate. And Slopey Oaks is the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to find this recipe for barbecue sauce that I was going to use with my thing, but it's not fucking loading. So you know what? That's it.
No barbecue sauce, just dried meat.
That's the professor's secret.
Yeah, he's like, I had this recipe. Professor Oak is like, my computer broke and I couldn't make this barbecue sauce recipe. So this is a very dry, sloppy Joe for you today.
Again, I'm really banking on the chat to pull me through on this one. If someone could just throw me a bone,
throw
like
you a
I
barbecue
said,
sauce recipe.
Have not once since episode long time. So Ian, thank you for being patient.
Thank you. I am gonna throw you a bone here because I like the idea of like some of those slowpokes have like the really sweet tails, and I could see you definitely doing like a sweet barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think it could go well with that. I was also thinking of the spicy variety,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Kick it up a notch.
So at Slopey Oaks, does he have like the 7 barbecue sauces that you can choose from? One's sweet, one's tangy, one's like mild spicy, and then there's like the secret sauce you have to
get the
like,
habanero like sauce of death.
Yeah, you have to like ring a bell and they like wear gloves and bring it out to your table, and like they like hit an alarm and it's like and you like eat it and you burn your mouth.
If you finish 10 tails in 10 minutes, you get your face on the wall.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of like a Blaziken or a Buffalo on Wild Wings type of situation.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to sign a waiver before you eat it though, so you're not liable.
Right.
Great.
So
Well,
I don't know. That's what I have.
Nice.
okay.
People in the chat are loving it. I gotta say.
I'm gonna go next because I also have a recipe that has a bit of wordplay in it.
I love wordplay.
I love wordplay too, which is why I chose this week's recipe. So I was looking at Slowpoke, and I was thinking, what could I do with it? And I'm gonna be honest with you, much like Ben, my first thought was slow cooker. But then I thought to myself, I could do something better with this. No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
All right.
Okay.
No, I was thinking I could do something with just the words that Slowpoke provides me. So this week, we're going to prepare some slow poke and eat that.
Yes.
And eat that. So we're going to make a spicy slow poke. What we're going to do is we're going to get a half a pound of Slowpoke tails. We're going to cut those into 1/2-inch cubes. And then we're going to get a 1/4 cup of sliced scallions. We're going to get some soy sauce. We're going to get some sesame oil. And we're going to get some sriracha. We're going to make some spicy mayo with light mayonnaise and more sriracha sauce. We love sriracha here. Okay, so we're going to get some, put a cup of rice in a bowl, and we're going to get some cucumbers, and we're going to peel them and cut them into about 1/2-inch cubes. We're going to get an avocado, get that heart right out, scoop that sucker out, and then you slice it into like avocado slices. You put that in there. We sprinkle in some sesame seeds, and we get some more soy sauce for the side. So in a bowl, we're going to combine the mayonnaise and sriracha, add a little water, and then on the big bowl, we're going to combine the tuna, scallion, soy sauce, sesame oil, and sriracha. And we're going to mix that together and let that sit for a little bit. And then we're going to put in the rice, the Slowpoke tails, avocado, cucumber, and scallions. And then we're going to drizzle on top the mayo. And you have some people like to eat this with chopsticks. Some people like to eat it with a fork. And that's why we're going to have slow poke for lunch today or dinner. It's late at night.
So much.
I was out on the way back from Trader Joe's. I did drive past a poke restaurant and said, someone will do that. Someone will do this.
Yes.
See, Ben, we had like the inverse thoughts because I started with the slow cooker recipe and I looked at Slowpoke and I was like, there's a pun looking at right at the face. and it was Slowpoke. And you know what? I love poke. When I was in college, I'd get it for lunch every weekend on like Sunday, and it's great. It's so good. It's refreshing. Yes, Ian.
Ed does bring up an important point in the chat. This is an ethical question, but do you think a Hariyama could slap something hard enough to cook it with one slap?
So the impact, the heat from the impact, it's like that meme on Twitter where it's like, if you hit a chicken at 1,200 miles an hour, it would be cooked in an instant because of the forces involved, but it would also explode.
What?
Well, I'll respond to that by saying, yes, I do think it was possible. Obviously, Magikarp are very tough, so I think their integrity would hold together with the Hariyama slap. And you could get like on the side, you have to like slap it and then cook it and slap it again. 2 slaps for a cook. Yes, Davis.
Sorry, I think you misunderstood Ed's question. It wasn't if it was possible. It would.
It was how hard does he have to slap?
Well, no, like it's not debatable. He could do it, but is it ethical for him to slap the Pokemon?
Okay, so the answer is yes. Everything's ethical on the show.
Okay.
If not Hariyama, would Machamp be able to do it? Yes. Thank you so much, Ed. And I think
Here's one thing that I was thinking about is like maybe it's not enough to I'm still on the ethics of it. I feel like in this show ethics are out the window. You know, like fuck them.
That's true.
But like
since episode 1,
could they do it is a kind of a different question, which is probably less productive. But I feel like you could. I feel like you could take a Hariyama and like slap like a raw fish, and it would like sear it, maybe not like a full cook like all the way through, but at least like, you know, like one of those ahi tuna, you know, like you could just have a like, because I feel like there's definitely like a good like force, you know, like in the television show when there's like a big like fighting move or whatever, it like glows white and it has like that, you know, kind of energy around it.
I do see in the chat now people are asking if I am capable of slapping something hard enough to cook it.
There's a whole lore in the chat going on of like if Ian actually has hands or not.
Yeah.
Because the first time he raised his hand, I had the graphic up so they couldn't actually see it.
I'm just saying that this conversation just reminds me of the hit NBC miniseries The Slap, in which Zachary Quinto slaps a child. And that's what the whole show's about.
Oh, does he cook
man.
But yes, Slowpoke, spicy Slowpoke is my recipe this week.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
What's your favorite poke topping? Everyone.
The one I usually get has tuna and squid in it and like lime stuff. It's very good.
Nice.
I usually go for like some fruit, like pineapple and mango and and edamame too. That's my secret. I feel like edamame and some fruit. That's what I do.
Gotta be real with you guys. I only went to Poke in Albuquerque one time, and I did chicken out, so to speak, and get like a chicken poke.
Yeah. You gotta when you come back up here, I'm gonna treat you guys with some real good poke.
Please.
My favorite is salmon, and you get some like spicy crab, and you get some edamame and some ginger in there. Good stuff.
Man,
yeah, that's good.
That does sound good.
Ian, it's time for your recipe and also your time to prove to chat that you have hands.
They think you have one hand, but do you have 2 hands?
1. 2. Count them.
So before I get into my recipe, I did have like a little bit of lore I also wanted to dive into a little bit.
Dude, we love lore here on I Choose You.
We do love lore.
We love a good flavor text.
Well, it's actually from a particular piece of lore from the mangoes, specifically called The Electric Tail of Pikachu, which is a good pun.
Because it's like its tail and its
Oh my gosh.
It does say Ash caught a giant slowpoke, and there is an image of it. It's huge. He later traded it to Gary Oak for a photo of his sister, May.
What?
And so, in this paper, I'd like to presuppose that it isn't Brock who needs to get sent to horny jail, but Ash.
Okay.
Because you see, I then clicked the link that took us to the page on Gary Oak's sister, because of course she has her own, I almost said Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Crossing worlds.
Her name's Daisy, but I think in the English version she goes by May. Anyway, and I quote, Ash has a very obvious and powerful crush on her, and trying to impress May is one of Ash's biggest motivations to do well and not give up on his Pokemon journey. And I quote, she is drawn with an oversized bust in the original Japanese version.
Whoa!
I mean, that is anime, though, right?
That is an issue with anime, but yes. Well, Ash, I wish just being a Pokemon master could motivate you. Isn't that enough?
Clearly not.
So you're saying that they make Ash think the wrong things?
Yeah, those anime babes.
Caught him
And
in the act.
willing to trade a giant fucking Slowpoke for it.
Yep. Also,
All
I mean, I guess Gary Oak, canonically is pretty skeevy to be like, oh yeah, I'll sell you this picture of my sister for this giant Slowpoke.
Yeah, that's pretty shady shit.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with your recipe?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
right.
Thank God.
I saw that and I was like, I can't be the only person to see this.
You can't not bring it up.
Yeah, couldn't do it. So I am the Miles Prower of the show because it's all about the tails. You know what I mean?
Did you see the logo for the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie? And the 2 has the tails from Miles on it?
Oh, of course it does.
Jeremy, I don't know when that movie's coming out, but it would be poetic if that was the first movie we saw together in theaters after the pandemic.
Well, it's coming out next year. It technically hasn't started filming yet. I bet we'll see another
Hey,
movie.
Jeremy, send me the image and I can put it up in the stream.
Sure thing.
All right, so
Hear that, Sonic 2, you're getting free promos.
Yeah.
So in my quest for the tail, of course
Okay, maybe you might want to rephrase that.
Oh, in my quest for the Slowpoke tail, because the quest for the tail, I guess, is Ash's thing, right?
Yeah.
So I did find a YouTube video called "Giant Dinosaur Meal!" Eating only animal tails for 24 hours. And this comes from the Best Ever Food Review Show. The guy who runs it, I've seen some of his videos before, kind of a doucher, but I gotta admit, he did eat only tails for 24 hours, and I watched his 16-minute video where he travels all across the land far and wide eating the tails. And their first stop is in Vietnam, and they have a pigtail soup. And
Tail.
yeah, not just the curly hue. It's not like eating like a ragatoni or something.
Oh my god.
It was like the whole back, tail, and then some of what's connected. I guess I don't know how pig anatomy works, but you get the
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
So what I was thinking is what if we did a soup, and for that soup in this world, you take the tails and then they kind of similarly they slow cook them for a few hours. They get really, really, really succulent. And then you have it in your soup. So I thought, well, why don't we take this Galarian Slowpoke and make a hot and sour soup?
Oh.
Ooh, all right. I
All
like
right.
hot and sour soup.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
So what do you need? Well, you need 4 ounces of Slowpoke tails.
How many do you think that is?
Let me check. Let me do some quick math here.
4 ounces. I mean, probably
One.
maybe even half of one.
He weighs 79 pounds.
Oh, that's not even a whole tail.
How much?
Yeah.
How much do you think the tails weighs? Like 10 pounds?
Just the tip.
Yes.
I think you could.
Just
yeah.
the white bit.
Surely you meant to say the yellow bit because,
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse
Oh,
me.
right.
and maybe you do just want maybe like the yellow part is the spiciest part.
Mm.
Um,
Well, and I was
or
reading that the yellow is caused by the Galarian spice thing as
Okay.
well.
So that tracks. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
cut off the yellow parts, and in the soup, it's like soup, and then the tails are just in there, and you pick them up with chopsticks, and you pick them up with your hands, and you like, eat it off the bone, kind of. So that's what I'm picturing here. You
Mhm.
take the Slowpoke tails, and you get them in your hot and sour soup, and this is how you do it. Lots of Slowpoke tail. You need some. Well, see, this one calls for red chili peppers. You don't need it because you got the tails. You need some dried lily flower, some dried wood ear mushrooms. Maybe you just take the ears right off the Slowpoke. Am I right?
So are you assuming that a Slowpoke is a fungus at some point?
Oh man.
I can't do it.
You can't commit to that.
Also, I like everyone in the chat right now is like, wow, Ian, you're so tame for this recipe this week. For all the 199 episodes that we've had, this seems the most sane.
I mean, I thought like me going off the rails was like Ash like buying pornography from his rival.
Expected.
Yeah, Slowpoke. Yeah. But I guess that's not enough.
Gross.
What do you people want? Get some dried shiitake mushrooms, some tofu, some bamboo shoots, an egg, some scallion, chicken stock. You know how it goes. I don't. Oh, and of course, what's important to get that sour? You need some white vinegar, of course.
Hell yeah, I love vinegar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do, Jeremy. This one's for you, buddy. So you take your tails and a little bit of water and get that going. The salt, some vegetable oil, some cornstarch on it. You mix all that together, and then you're going to add all of your shit. You know what? I mean, it's a soup. You just put all the shit in a big pot. You throw the Geodude in the bottom there for good luck. You throw the tails in. You got a stew going on, all right?
I thought it was a soup.
You got a soup going on, all right?
Yes.
And you just let that go, and you do add a little bit more, like a cornstarch slurry, so you can get it. It's not like this isn't like a watery soup. It's gonna have a little, it sticks to the tail, if you know what I mean.
Little chunky.
A little chunky, I'll venture to say, and maybe you have some like. This recipe doesn't call for it, but like I kind of want some noodles in there. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe some like bamboo noodles or regular noodles. What kind of noodles are you talking about?
Maybe like some thicker rice noodles.
Yeah.
Maybe not like an udon, but maybe like a soba. Are those a little thick?
Yeah,
a little bit.
So you're saying you want thicker noodles for your Slowpoke?
I don't.
The way you said that. Either way you respond, Ian, it's all a fucking joke. Jeremy's just trying to get you.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah, he did get me pretty. Yeah, you do want like 3 Qs as you get the Slowpoke, as Jeremy would say. And then, bada bing, bada. You're at your like Chinese takeout. They hand you the plastic bags of your order. You get home. You put on this episode, and you dig in.
Is this like an appetizer or like a full meal kind of, or a side dish situation?
Well, they do offer, varying sizes. If you got a small, maybe it's a side dish, but you can also get the big bit.
The jumbo size?
The jumbo, yeah. The size of the Slowpoke that Ash traded.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Do you think that the large Slowpokes, their tails, are worth more at market or whatever?
Well, that raises the question, like, does bigger mean more flavor?
Usually the opposite is true. Usually smaller means it's on higher concentration, so it's more flavorful in that regard.
Slowpokes are really like stone crab, where you have to like the FDA regulates, hunting season, and you have like the tails have to be exactly this long to be harvested, sort of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and also like you got to look to nature, I think, for the answer, because they do use their tails as lures. So
Right.
if you were like a fish, what would you want to like put in your mouth? Like a really fat tail or like a skinny like hook tail?
I don't want to see a slowpoke with a hook tail. That scares the hell out of me.
It's not the size; it's what you do with it, as they say.
Yep.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, because I did want to mention that Slowpoke and its whole like lineage also bring in this other kind of like world breaking aspect of Pokemon, which is like it transforms when Shelder bites its tail, but then Shelder also transforms into a completely different like thing. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of controversy over like what actually is like what is going on there. You know what I mean?
So you think like pet Pokemon Charles Darwin was like, oh, you see, when you clamp on the Shelder onto this Slowpoke, it becomes a whole new Pokemon, yeah? And like the Pokemon like fundamentalist church was like, we can't accept because this can't be taught in schools.
I don't know if it was that controversial, but I think people have definitely said like, you know, it says Shelder in the Pokedex of like what is the thing that bites it and transforms it into Slowbro, but like I think I saw there was like a tweet from the Dr. Lava's Lost Pokemon account, which is really cool. He does like Pokemon like history or whatever. And one of the things is like there was this thing that was maybe going to be the thing that like bites Slowbro's tail, which is like this weird like shell, like conch shell looking thing with a mouth and a face. Yeah, Ian.
There's a request in the chat. Ben, could you say the word controversy one more time?
Controversy? What's wrong? Controversy?
I think there's a controversy about how you say controversy.
I don't see what the problem is. But the one thing that I did want to bring up that I thought was relevant for this conversation is like the Shelder like poisons, like gives it the ability to use like psychic abilities, right? Like Slowbro and Slowking. And there was one thing that I saw that says Shelder's intelligence is said to have increased to the point, this is for Slowking, increased to the point its psychic powers puts other psychic Pokemon to shame. Shelder can also control Slowking. So it's kind of like a Ratatouille situation going on.
Oh
my
You know what I mean?
So like an ass Ratatouille is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Pulling your hair, you gotta bite the ass.
Yes, you gotta eat the ass to get the Ratatouille going.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
But I just thought that was interesting. Like there's the whole Shelder Slowpoke relationship is really, you know, is it one thing or is it two things that just like, you know, we call it one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I see what you're laying down.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time for us to vote on this week's recipes. So,
And the fans.
yes, everyone will get to participate in this week's episode of I Choose You. So let's do a quick recap. From Evan, we have Slowpoke fondue. From Ben, we have Slopey Oaks, Slowpoke Sloppy Joes.
Yep.
God damn, what a mouthful.
From me, you have Slow Poke. And from Ian, excuse me, I can't believe I did this live.
Holy shit.
He does it live all the time, everybody.
From Ian, we have Slowpoke sweet and sour soup. So, everyone go in and vote.
Yes.
And see
the
who
link should
you
be in the
want to
chat
win.
in one way or another.
And this episode 100. Also, I don't know how many people are actually going to vote.
Oh,
So,
people are voting.
People are voting. Yeah.
Ben, you can stop the count whenever you want.
Yeah,
I can
did
stop it
ask-
whenever I want. All right, baby. Let's let this run all
Too much
night.
power.
So far, I'm winning. So I'm.
How are
into
those
that.
vote dumps going?
Oh no. It is like, how many times can I vote?
No, don't do that.
No, I think people are being chill.
Let's see. It looks like there are 22 people watching.
Give it a little
Now,
bit.
granted,
So-
3 of those are us, so
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll let the record show, Jeremy. I did not vote for anyone. Maybe I should though.
Probably.
I mean, that
should.
is how this goes, right?
I should. Yeah, I should. Hmm.
Also, Grace earlier did say Trader Slow, and
Trader
Mm.
Slows.
that's pretty good.
All right, so we've got about 21 responses and counting. 24 responses.
Damn.
Someone,
I think that probably means we're maxed out, right?
There's
yeah, because our stream is
we're
peaked at
maxing out. There's
24
20.
people.
There's 22 people right now.
Okay. Oh, 26 I just got. Okay, I don't know
think
what's
people are
happening.
voting
I think people are
multiple
voting
times.
twice.
Call
so,
it now.
Call it. Who did it?
Okay, I'm calling it right now at 29 responses. I have received 41.4% of the vote. Ian has received 23% of the vote. Evan got 16 and Jeremy got 16. But I win because I'm the best.
Nice. Congrats, Ben. If I had a soundboard right now, I would play this up.
And you really got me with the fucking Slopey Oaks. What the hell?
Slopey Oaks.
Sounds like the grossest golf club to ever exist.
Well, actually, in a very challenging golf course as well because of all the slopes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, Jeremy, I think it's ready to kick it to that sponsor, baby.
Oh yeah, we've got a new sponsor this week for episode 100. So it's time to do a segment we like to call, we love to call. We won't want to call it anything else in our lives. Pokey Dollar Holla. So I would like to kick it to this week's sponsor, with whom we couldn't be here without.
Yeah. Glad to be here today. Ben, were you gonna introduce it or am I introducing it?
Well, yeah, Ian, it's funny you mention it because actually this episode is brought to you, and this comes from actually from Pokemaniac Chris, who can't be there for some goddamn reason. Apparently, it's like 3 a.m. in New Zealand, and he can't make
Oh.
time for us.
Wake
But
your ass up.
this comes from Pokemaniac Chris, and this episode is brought to you by Star MeUndies, the only
Yes.
podcast sponsor that you should be paying attention to.
Oh.
Star MeUndies is a fabulous place to get some high quality undergarments for you and your Pokemon. You know, they don't discriminate.
Pokemon and underwear. I haven't thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the bigger ones, like and more rare ones, probably they don't have their sizes, but it's kind of just worth it to just check the website anyway, just to get a sense. Yeah.
I love my Star MeUndies. My LaCroix boys, so to speak, needed more support, and
God
they delivered.
damn it.
Man.
Yeah, well, and I just kind of, I thought we could kind of open it up a little bit, see what Jeremy Zielik and Evan Aubrey think of their Star MeUndies, because it's important to say none of this could happen. This episode would not happen if
Not
it
at
was
all.
not for Star MeUndies. And
all of that
Macmachamp
Monopoly money we're
looks like
receiving.
He's wearing boxers or briefs or whatever already. Do you think he puts on a second pair before going out in the morning?
I could see that. The other thing that came to mind for whatever reason, if you're looking for something a little bit more intimate, is Victory Road Secret.
Oh, okay. All right, a little spicier over there.
Yeah. Ben, do these Star MeUndies wick away the sweat? I mean, after a hard Pokemon battle, fucking
Stop it, your LaCroix boys are just swamped.
God damn it! I never want LaCroix boys to ever be said again. I'm never gonna be able to not think about that from now on. God damn it. You know what? I think that the really special thing about Star MeUndies is actually like it. The gemstone that's like quintessential to the Starmie Pokemon. Every pair comes with a really nice little like embroidered like gem.
Wait, so
On
there's
the
a
front.
rock in your underwear?
No. It's
That
just
sounds silly.
embroidered. It's still like that nice fabric that you want to give you the support that you need. But there's like a really cute like embroidery on it, you know, like
Oh,
It's like when you win, you beat a gym leader, and you get like a iron-on patch, but you ironed it onto your underwear.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you bring up the gemstone because Kurt Lindbergh does say here. Oh, I lost it.
Do
Here.
they protect your jewels?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And
Starmie
Ed points
jewel.
out the Krang protects your jewels because, as we established in our Starmie episode, the
Krang.
jewel in Starmie is an alien,
Damn it.
like Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I really like about Star MeUndies is that their like ad campaign, you know, what they do is instead of showing you, you know, kind of, you know, modeling this, they actually just put it on the Starmies, you know.
Yeah.
So you can really just like, you know, it looks chic, it looks cool, and the Starmies have that great bot for showing them off. So
What I'm still confused about though is they look great on the Starmie, but when I get it, there are just so many leg holes. I don't know, which ones to use.
well,
Like,
that's why you got to check and see that you're getting the right size actually, because there's a lot of size variations.
Right.
You know.
And it's not just waist size; it's how many legs you have.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, but huge shout out to Star MeUndies and Pokemaniac Chris for hooking us up.
Well, thank you so much to our sponsors for making Pokédolla Holla, everyone's favorite segment.
I also just wanted to quickly shout out Chris Hunter, $10 donation.
Oh yeah, Chris Hunter, hell yeah!
Thank you.
A friend from high school. Yeah, well that wraps up our sponsorships for this. Besides all of you lovely people who are donating to stop AAIP hate in the donations.
Yes. Thanks for sending money that way. Do we want to do next? Do we want to do trivia or do we want to do mail?
Let's do the quiz.
Let's do the quiz.
Okay, quiz time, quiz bowl.
All right.
All right.
Share your
quiz,
screen,
hot
Ben, and
shot.
I'll hook it over to you.
So Ben,
Okay.
describe what this quiz is going to be like.
I'll
Well,
leave that fondue picture up.
Jeremy, I'm sure you and many of the people playing here on live tonight are of the Gen X Millennial Persuasion, and
Gen
I'm
X?
sure you're all familiar with the Kahoot game for various educational purposes. But this is something different because I've just used this for our little interactive quiz that we can have. So I'm sharing my screen right now, and you should be able to see there's a way to join if you go to kahoot.it and then type in this pin.
Oh shit! I need to do it too.
I'm in. Yeah, we
Everyone
are
needs
also
to do it.
participating.
Yes. So everyone should be participating. The Icy Chefs will be participating. The fans will be participating. And the way that this works is I have 10 questions, and whoever gets the most points will get some free shit at the end, like stickers and whatnot.
We got stickers, we got pins, we got. Let me see how many aprons we got left.
Yeah, I've got these flavor blasted holographic sweet stickers.
We have
I've got
3 aprons left, y'all.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we want to give away an apron.
I think whoever one person gets the most right wins an apron.
All right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Unless it's one of us.
Yeah, I'll give myself an apron.
I'll give myself a second apron.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave this open for just a little bit so that everyone can get in, because I know that there is like a little bit of a latency delay. But just go ahead and jump in there. You can use a nickname if you don't feel comfortable using your real name.
Helen says, I got to refill my water for this one. Taylor says, Slowpoke strikes again.
You know what?
Connor
It's
says,
about that
boy,
time. We're in the middle of the episode. Crack that second can.
Yeah,
You know what?
It's time.
I wonder who Slopey Topi is.
I don't want to know, honestly.
Yeah, I don't
But
either.
But if you are using a moniker of sorts, after this is done, like, I guess maybe link us your Twitter or something so I can DM you about getting the thing sent to you.
Hmm.
If you're the winner and if you're using a fake name.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, who's Ian Davis?
That's gonna make things confusing.
Ian, are you all caps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how you know.
All right. Well, we could probably start.
Let's do
18
it.
people.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
someone jumped out.
17 people.
Someone decided they didn't want to be a part of this. Okay.
All right,
Well, here we go.
Oh.
All right, Tracy, you made it. Tracy, you made it. So here we go. Okay. The first and this some of these questions will be have more time than others, but there'll be like a little counter here on the left-hand side. So first question is, if you add up all of the regular season episodes of I Choose You, how much time would that be? The options are 8,000 minutes, 4 days, 50,000 seconds, or 50.85 Polar Expresses.
Oh,
Nice.
absolutely.
That's the only way to track time.
Here's my question.
I did do the math, so
is 50,000 seconds the same as 8,000 minutes?
these are all 4 of these are different time values. I made sure of that.
825,600 minutes.
Polar
There are
Expresses.
various options to choose here, but there's only one answer.
There's only one true answer.
I love this stock image you chose.
I do too. What
Right?
is happening here?
That guy's thinking, "Oh man, I'm late to the live stream."
Yep.
And I'll greatly apologize to our Kahoot users if the question stops out before it says, because there's a 20-second delay between what's happening and what's going on.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, if you're you got to think quick, okay? You got to be on your feet because we're going fast here. And
Yep,
so
Helen's got it. Answer fast and wrong.
Exactly. We're just having fun here. You could just win some free shit if you are that good. So the answer, obviously, which most people got, was 50.85 Polar Expresses. So we'll just keep on moving here. I did do the math. Looks like Ian and Evan are contenders. So we need someone to knock them out. Second one is, in which episode was it first declared that this show wasn't for the critics, but in fact for the fans? Much like this person who is enjoying this fan right now.
Nice.
Definitely for the fan.
And the options are Grimer, Geodude, Omastar, and Execute. These are all old episodes.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. This was the first episode.
Classroom perfection. Oh, so I've actually never done a Kahoot before. Is this something teachers do?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I actually only know about doing this in like a entertainment sort of context through my sister, because she, Emma Montoya, as you might have seen in the chat, is a theater person, and they do like a live thing over Zoom.
Those
so
Gen Zers.
a lot of people thought it was the Geodude answer, but it was actually Omastar. It was like episode 13.
Oh, I thought it was Grimer. Man.
So yeah, okay. Let's let people catch up a little bit before you go into the next question there, Ben.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give them a few seconds.
Ed is holding a steady 19th place.
I've got both of these questions wrong too. I guess I'm in 13th place. I don't know how that works. Off the top of my head.
Specifically because of this question, I really hope a fan wins, because otherwise it will just prove that it'll prove that we're for the fans. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're so right.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question.
Do it.
Like Chris Hunter's moving on up. All right. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, next question. Which is the first episode that featured the first LaCroix Boys segment?
Oh, Ian, if you get this wrong, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
I really don't know.
The options for this are Pikachu, Drowsy, Rapidash, and Starmie.
You know, I don't remember anything about my past, so I'm going to keep guessing.
Yep.
See, the good one about this is all of the answers to all of these questions are episodes from the show. So like, if it's useful for you to like pull up the episode lists as a reference.
Well, they don't have enough time because of the delay between
that's true.
this and the stream.
True.
I think they only get like 20 seconds to answer.
Yes.
Who would open a can of LaCroix like that?
Yeah. Okay, so the
Oh.
correct
Oh,
answer
really?
was in fact Pikachu.
Damn.
Oh,
A
that's
lot
why
of
that
people
episode
went
is
with
like 2
Drowsy.
hours
A lot of people went with Drowsy. I went with Drowsy
long. Me too.
because that was like our 4th or 5th episode.
I went like Rapidash with a fool.
Mm.
Well, it looks like Evan and Ian's reign of supremacy might be coming to an end here because only 2 people got this one. So
Ben, these are too hard.
Yeah, why do you make my wife so hard, Gwen?
you just have to know your own show. God damn it!
Yeah, I guess
I don't
not.
remember, Ben. I forget who wins every single week.
He has a point.
Not a
I
good
would
start.
be kind of surprised if someone got all of these right because
Yeah.
I definitely had to I spent a good chunk of my weekend figuring this out. But I did it all for you, okay? Because this show is for the fans.
I
Not
appreciate
the
it.
critics. All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay, next question. Let's see.
Ooh,
Chef
Chef
Gate.
Gate.
Oh,
Ooh,
right.
out of nowhere.
Killing it.
All right, Chef Gate,
Hardcore
moving on
fan.
up in the leaderboards. The next question is which episode first featured the first installment of the short-lived podcast within a podcast, Codcast?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
thank you. I think I got this one.
This is a little bit more recent. Is it Love Disc, Feebas, Seviper, or Zangoose?
Is that a
You know,
picture of
guys,
me?
I'm gonna keep getting all these wrong.
Yep.
Not
Ian,
on
that's
purpose
you.
though.
The picture that is showing for this episode or for this question is the first thing that popped up when I typed in COD historical. So
Nice.
It wasn't
about
like
COD
anything about
Past?
Call of Duty.
no.
So to the dear fans watching live right now, I'm sorry that the delay on our stream and through Kahoot makes it hard.
yeah.
You're doing great though.
Chef Gate's killing it.
Oh, son of a gun.
I
go.
thought it was the fish episode. God
I
damn it.
threw those in there as a red herring.
Herring?
Better
God
believe
damn
it.
Nice.
Put it in there to trick you.
nice.
But yes, the
Place.
correct answer is Seviper.
Ian, I'm precisely 69 points behind you.
Nice.
Well, so that probably means that someone else has overcome you in the leaderboards. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Chris Hunter's getting himself an apron. Possibly.
Does he even listen to this show?
I don't think so.
This guy's
I
just
asked.
good at taking tests.
I know that he showed up because I sent him the link. So
Nice.
there he is, showing up for a real friend, Chris
Yes.
Hunter.
No,
Chef
I'm
Gates, is
glad.
it
I'm
second
glad
place?
that none of us are in the top 4 anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Ian. Well, top 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Question 5. Which of these episodes was declared, quote, the shittiest episode in the first few minutes by one Jeremy Zelick?
Nice.
Oh,
The
I know
options
this one.
are Nidoking, Poliwrath, Scyther, and Delibird. I'd be very, very surprised if anyone got this right intentionally, like knows this, because I definitely did not. I was going in on a different episode or like question, and then I listened to that and I was like, okay.
oh my gosh. So we thought that Chris Hunter was watching the stream. It's Chris Hay, which is Connor's mom.
Oh.
I think
That's
Chris
hilarious.
Hunter might be Chunter.
Oh.
That makes way more sense.
That's
See, this is
incredible.
the problem when we have somebody with the same initials.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay.
He's
Chris
definitely.
Hay.
Yeah. Oh man.
All
That's
right. Well, it looks like a lot of people actually did get this question right. The answer is Nidoking, which is
Yep, I
declared
remember
the
that
shittiest
exactly.
episode. And the reason why actually is because we had recorded Poliwrath and Nidoking in the same day, and Jeremy was
Not having it.
Well, I think it was just being like, oh, we have to come up with so many new bits.
I think, well, so the reason why I found that why I was even in that episode to begin with is I was like, what are the 3 episodes that we did that were actually like in person?
Mhm.
And that was originally going to be my question, but then, you know, the rest is history. Nidoking, shittiest episode.
Nice.
Let's see here. Looks like
Oh.
Trevor's moving on up.
All
Trevor's
right.
on the top right now, and Evan's right behind him.
I got back on the board with 1 right question. Man.
Yes, I don't know how this works.
It's still anyone's game, okay? Next question is, which is the only episode that never got recorded all the way through? and this because of technical issues.
Oh.
So this is, and there's only one episode. The options are Swellow, Octillery, Magby, and Reggie Steele. There's only one episode that never got recorded all the way through. And then there's
Chris
this
says,
lovely-
guessing C isn't working.
Is C like a circle or rhombus or something?
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
C is like orange, right? Like
Yeah.
I love that. I love that those names were switched.
That's hilarious.
I'm sorry for getting people confused because they have similar names.
I wonder if, because I know like Connor obviously listens a lot. Do you think his mom like actively listens, or it's like he's just blasting it in his bedroom and like she can't help but hear?
I hope it's the last.
Oh.
So a lot of
wow.
people. So the majority of people did know this was Reggie Steele.
I remembered it because I have to edit all the episodes, and then when they break, I get very mad.
Oh, you cheater.
I figured that Jeremy would probably know.
What happened for that one?
We recorded it like 3 times, I think.
Mhm.
Oh,
And none of
right.
them.
Yeah, it was
audio
like
bot.
we were trying to do it on a normal day, and we like kept breaking, and we're like, okay, let's just do it tomorrow, and then it broke the next day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
We just never did it. Jeremy had to like record a little like, the episode's broken, so here's
That's
the end of it. All right, moving on through. Trevor's on a roll.
Oh,
Trevor has
shit.
a
wow,
answer
Trevor's
streak
on
of
fire.
3, apparently. Chris H is behind him. But Chef Gate's right up on behind him, and it's still anyone's game, okay? Though I will admit Trevor has quite the lead. All right, and we're coming down to the wire too. These are the flavor text questions, okay?
Oh man, okay.
So this one has a visual aid as
I
people
can't
are
read
very-
this image because it's like squished to half resolution on my computer.
Oh shit. Okay,
That's
I'll
fine.
read it to you, and we have more time on this one because I
Okay.
Oh.
knew that this would take some time. Okay, the quote is, or the Pokedex entry is, blank uses a mysterious power. When it does so, this Pokemon generates brain waves that are supposedly only seen in sleepers. This discovery spurred controversy among scholars. Controversy, maybe.
I'm gonna cheat and use the Pokemon number that I can see in this picture.
Oh,
God.
don't do that.
Damn it, Jeremy!
job,
if you
Ben.
fucking do that, I know you. I will know if you do. The options.
Ben already submitted my clue, so
Okay.
Your
The options for those playing along at home in the past is Kadabra, Drowsy, Psyduck, and Latias. And again, the flavor text is this Pokemon uses a mysterious power. When it does so, this Pokemon generates brainwaves that are supposedly only seen in sleepers. This discovery spurred controversy among scholars.
Here's when we get the true Pokemon nerds.
Right.
Connor Hay says his mom listens actively.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Hell yeah. Thank you for listening.
Shout out to Chris.
That's
the
so
other
cool.
one.
A lot of people thought it was Drowsy. It's actually Psyduck.
Wow.
So
The sleep thing really
I
threw
guess
me
so.
off.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's Ben playing his tricks on you.
Man. Ben, if you were like a professor, that'd
Oops.
be nasty.
Oh, you
Yes.
better believe it was over. All those people would be getting Fs.
Oh, you
I
nasty.
skipped through all the rest of it, so bear with me. The next one is right now, so keep going. The flavor text, the description is, this Pokemon was discovered during deep sea exploration. Its appearance hasn't changed in 100 million years, so it's called a living fossil. The options are Relicanth, Anorith, Unknown, and Omastar.
Oh, you cut the number out for this one.
I cut it off. No cheating, Jeremy.
I clicked on the wrong one and I can't go back.
Oh, hate when that happens.
Sounds like a you problem.
It is indeed a me problem. This happens a lot at board game night, especially since we do it social distancing. Sometimes the online board game, you like click a button and you're like, oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to, and you lose and you cry.
You better cry. Again, for people listening to the audio version, I'll read it one more time. This Pokemon was discovered during deep sea exploration. Its appearance hasn't changed in 100 million years, so it's called a living fossil. And a lot of people got that one straight off the bat. The answer was Relicanth.
I accidentally clicked on Anorith when I was like, oh, it's Relicanth, and then my finger hit the wrong button, like a fucking Dumbo.
Damn.
Man, this is a high stakes quiz game, Jeremy.
I've gotten one question correctly. Ooh, Chef Gates in first place.
Wow.
Honestly, I feel like
all right.
Chef Gate's gonna be quite the contender because they know their stuff. AJ Simpson, my girlfriend, your friend and ours, is the highest climber, up 4 places from last round. So here we go. Last 2 questions. Last flavor text question, I should say. So this one is, the description is, the fluid secreted by its toes carves holes in rocks for nesting and can be mixed with berries to make a drink. The options are Butterfree, Shuckle, Blossom, or Lileep.
I knew the answer to this because I read that flavor text and it stuck in my mind forever.
Oh, this is tough. Also, Butterfree doesn't have toes.
You don't know. Those are shoes, man.
Doesn't it? I do remember talking about its feet for a long time and
Oh,
things
fuck.
that
Did
came
I just
out
get
of
this
it.
wrong? Watch me get this wrong.
I don't know. I think I got this right.
I picked Shuckle like an idiot.
Are you an
Oh my
idiot though?
gosh.
Because you were correct, Evan.
See, I didn't think he had toes. I thought they were just like spaghetti noodles for legs.
I mean, they kind of are, but I guess it's one big toe, maybe.
Hey guys, I'm in 12th place now.
Are you saying that Chuckle is all toe?
Right.
Oh, God.
Tyler
toes
just
go all
says
the
he
way up.
got his first correct answer.
Hey,
Oh,
Oh,
job, Tyler.
congratulations.
Chef
Tyler
Gates'
ha-
favorite Pokemon.
Yes.
Tyler hasn't played a Pokemon game since, the OG. So
Oh, okay.
I'm glad he's
That's
got
fair.
something. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, last
Nice.
question, and this is the question that I know will be the hardest to answer. So I don't know if anyone will get this one outside of guessing.
Chef
So
Gate.
here we go. Chef Gate, Chris H, Duckus Taco, all contenders, top 3. Here we go. Last question. I think this is worth double points if I remember. In the Whooper episode, how many times did we
man.
say the word brackish?
That's a good question.
Oh.
Did you actually go back and count, Ben?
I did go back and I actually did count. The options are 4, 7, 10, or I don't know.
IDK.
IDK specifically.
This is like a Twitter poll where you just want to see the results.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
See, the problem with that is that eventually more people just vote for results.
and risk, showing themselves a fool and being ignorant, right? I did go back and listen to this and I did mark. So it's not, I will say it's not IDK.
Oh.
It is 7. We did use the word brackish 7 times. And I
Nice.
remember in that moment being like, this would be a fun trivia
I
thing.
like how 4 people voted for IDK.
Shout out in the chat to Miguel, who says, I missed all the fun. Miguel, you have not missed all the fun because we still have Wailord's Mail Horde ahead.
Yeah, we do.
Hell yeah. All right. And we're just about to see who just won episode 100 live trivia. Chris H coming in 3rd place.
Nice job.
Oh, Connor's own mom beat him.
Ooh,
Ian, God, fuck off, Ian. But
Chef Gate.
probably
wow,
shouldn't be
7 out of
surprised that
10.
Chef Gate won 7 out of 10 questions correct.
Nicely done.
Chef Gate, I
Um,
know you already have an apron, but if you want anything else, just let me know.
Yeah, we'll send you some cool stuff. So there you
Thanks.
go. That's what I put together for everyone. Happy
job, man.
100. I'm gonna start sharing my
Yay!
screen.
We love trivia here at I Choose You.
Yeah.
And it's it's pretty great, all things considered. All right, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, actual favorite segment of the show, Wailord's Mail Horde. It's where we read your emails sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ichewspod@gmail.com. And let's start off. Ian, will you read Ed's email?
I absolutely will, because I have waited for this day since what was the fucking episode?
The Viper.
Yep.
Thank you. Here we go, boys. Welcome to Welcome to the Cod Past, the podcast about cods of the past.
Woo!
I'm your host, Ian Davis.
Wonderful.
Yeehaw!
Bringing us live this week is Ed Sen, and he writes, "Howdy, y'all. Yes, I am sending a second email. I tried to keep it short and sweet, but I just couldn't. I just cooked dinner, and as I'm eating right now, I'm reading more on Slowpoke. Bulbapedia says that Slowpoke tails, while being a delicacy, are also used as fishing lures, 5 exclamation points.
Yes.
So as you know, graphic design is my passion. And no,
Oh, me
I
too.
don't take constructive criticism. I will cry. Evan, are you able to drop this one for the?
Oh yeah, send it to me in Skype real quick.
All right. Wow, you're really asking a lot of my
I'll
ability.
do it.
Oh, all right. Come on.
It is a picture of Slowpoke.
Hold on. Don't ruin it.
This funny
someone get
joke
it to
will
me.
happen in a moment.
Yeah, here's the fun.
Ian, tell us a little bit about your banjo playing.
Yeah, it's been my quarantine project. I did actually, funny enough, I was feeling pretty down about some recent decisions in my district. I did drink half a bottle of tequila, and I did drunk buy a new banjo that's coming here on Monday.
There we go. Exciting. It's in the chat, or it's in the stream now.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Can you describe it for people who are listening?
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
For the listeners at home, picture like the classic Slowpoke image. He's just flat on his tum-tum, hands out front.
Mm-hmm.
He is wearing a baseball cap that reads, "Women want me, fish fear me."
Oh my God, it looks like Scumbag Steve.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for writing in, Ed, and kicking off another great episode of Codpast. I'm going to read an email from Chefgate, and Chefgate wrote a little bit of a short story this week, so I'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. It's called "The Whole Poke." Hello, Icy Crew. Chefgate here, and there in the live chat, you are there. Hello, future Chefgate, to bring you another full spread recipe.
So meta.
Yes, Slowpoke is a staple delicacy, famous for the deliciousness of its tail. But why stop at just one part? Hell yeah, we've got the whole mon here, so let's use it all. We're going to work with 2 Slowpokes, the Cantonian and Galarian. Now, these 2 are wholly different when it comes to flavor due to their region-specific diets. Cantonian Slowpokes have a sweeter, succulent meat compared to their spicier, gamier Galarian cousins. So we have our 2 Slowpoke, let's call them K and G to differentiate them, that are cleaned and trimmed properly for what we have in store. Our first and longest step is a nice treat, pickled Slowpoke feet. This is simple, but it takes a few days for the pickling to set, not the picking. You're not like picking their feet. So begin by taking your Slowpoke feet and toss them into a large stock pot, cover with water, boil for a few hours until tender, drain and rinse under hot water, remove the excess fat. After you take out all the bones and once you're able to, place the cooked feet into large glass jars with chili pepper and fill with a mix of salt and vinegar. Seal the jars tightly and refrigerate for at least 3 days before you can open those cold ones. Have you guys ever opened a jar of pickles like a can of soda where you like cracked it open and it was like shh? And
Tori does that like every week. She loves pickles, and we have like way too many jars in our fridge.
Have any of you guys had like pickled feet before? Ben, I know your family is fond of pickling.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Well, it reminds me. It kind of tracks with my earlier thing about like Slowpoke being kind of pig-like. Like my grandma used to love pickled pig's feet. So that's what that reminded me of for sure.
Yes, Ian.
I'm gonna climb in here real quick because Jillian did ask, can we get a hat that says "Chefs want me, Mons fear me"?
God damn it!
I won't say no.
It's pretty good. Continuing with Chefgate's email, the second longest step is with the body. You're going to want to baste the carcass with a marinade. Kay will get slathered and with a mix of soy sauce, mirin, grated ginger, garlic paste, grated daikon, white sugar, and orange zest. G will get the same, but swap the sugar for dark brown and orange zest with apricot jam and add a dash of chili paste. Once these are completed, soak inside and out, wrap up in tropia sleeves, and bury in a fire pit to roast luau style. Hell yeah. While those roast, let's get to work on the tongues. Add them in a stock pot filled with water, onion quarters, crushed garlic cloves, bay leaves, black and pink peppercorns, and salt. Bring to a boil and simmer those tongues for 3 hours until tender and soft. Remove from the water and let cool before you peel the skin off, as the texture is basically inedible and still chewy. Slice those up, pan fry until lightly brown, and dice and Slowpoke Lingua Street tacos mixed with corn tortillas, diced onion, cilantro, and lime. Have you guys had tongue tacos?
I have. They're actually pretty good, I will say.
Sounds great.
Are they chewy?
Yes, and I've had it like slow cooked too, so they kind of like as slow cooked meats do, or like pull apart to eat, but it's also a little bit chewy.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Would you say that those tacos are a little tongue in cheek?
Oh my god,
Tongue and taco.
nice one.
Of course, we can't forget the tails. Now we're going to do 2 preparations, a Cantonian Slowpoke tail stew and Galarian Slowpoke tail curry. For the stew, take our K-tail, slice into 2-inch thick cuts. Make sure they pat dry before seasoning in salt and pepper. Brown them in a large Dutch oven, working in batches. Once the K-tail is cooked, saute onion, celery, and collards until translucent and soft before going back to the K-tail. Crushed garlic, bay leaf, thyme, salt, K-Slowbro bone broth, and a rich red wine. Then simmer for 3 hours until the K-tail is fork tender. Roast some turnips, parsnips, and far-fetched leeks until browned in the cooked through. Skim the fat off the surface, or make it a head, and remove the K-tails. Strain the liquid and solid leftovers for braising liquid. Add the braising liquid, roasted veggies, and K-tails back into the Dutch oven and cook. Whew. For the G-tail, start with the same with the cuts, seasoning and browning. With the cooked G-tails set aside, deglaze the pan, dark stout, scrape out the fond, all the brown bits left over, and add to the Dutch oven. Use the pan to saute until brown before adding in garlic, habanero chilies, and scotch bonnets, cooking for a minute. Add in curry powder. There's a whole recipe. I'm going to continue for another minute in cooking. Add in tomato paste flour. Make a red roux, cooking until you lose the tinny tomato smell after a minute. Stirring with adding coconut milk until blended together. Then pour in a Dutch oven with a stout deglazed mix. Then add the G-tails and a Taurus broth. Simmer partially covered over low heat until the G-tails are tender, fall off the bone after about 3 hours. Add in cubed yams, carrots, simmering for another 40 minutes, skimming off as much fat as possible. Season with salt and pepper as necessary, and squeeze of lime juice. Once you're finished, if you timed it right, you'll have a full spread, a juicy pair of pit-roasted slowpoke and their delicious marinades, some sour pickled slowpoke feet, and fresh to refresh your palate, slowpoke Laguna tacos, a savory K slowpoke's tail stew, a spicy G slowpoke tail curry. I hope this spread is generous enough for the 100th episode, and I look forward to many more. Until 101, though, I hope you enjoy this meal, and until next time, this has been past Chefgate, leading present, future Chefgate to the current live stream. Thank you for writing in.
Man, oh my god.
Wow.
You're gonna make
do
Jeremy
enjoy
pass
the
out.
Time travel that happened with that email.
That was pretty good.
I don't know if your concerns about whether it was generous enough for the occasion are, I don't think you need to be worrying about that, because that was quite the meal.
Yes.
People really want that hat to be a jean hat, a denim
Yeah.
hat.
They're talking about japrons as well.
We'll just have a full Canadian tuxedo.
We don't.
I would like to bring up, I was captain of the Coupe team when I was in high school, and we didn't pull the trigger on it, but our uniform was going to be denim sweaters.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah,
that sounds very painful.
Yeah, baby.
Just lots of chafing. Ben, can you read this email from Chef Jillian?
Yes, I can. All right, this is from Chef Jillian, and she writes, diet-friendly slowpoke. They say, "Hi, AC Crew, it's me, Chef Jillian. I'm sure you see me in the live stream comments right now."
We did.
Aha.
Oh, yeah, we do.
As a little update, I've been on a diet for a month. Doctor mandated, very strict, but it's working. I lost 10 pounds, aka nearly 1/8 of a slowpoke.
Nice.
But for the 100th episode, I needed a feast, a diet-friendly feast. And the Dex often stresses how delicious and non-nutritious the tail of a slowpoke is. In fact, that's a whole aspect of the game that Team Rocket is poaching tails.
Indeed.
But since I'm on a diet, I'll be using the much less sweet parts of this pink Pokemon. Don't want to be tempted to overeat. Keep those tails for your own recipe because I'm making a Mediterranean Slowpoke bowl with a Habanberry vinaigrette. This is a quick and easy recipe for all the people who like to relax as much as the Pokemon we're cooking today.
Yeah.
For the Habanberry vinaigrette, we'll need a fourth cup Habanberry juice, 3 tablespoons olive oil, 1 garlic clove, 1 tablespoon Galler mustard, and 1 tablespoon comb bee honey. Then place them all in a Pokeball and shake until blended. Keep refrigerated. For the actual bowl, we need 2 cups cooked whole wheat couscous, 1 cup pitted Galarian olives, 1 cup marinated sun-dried tomato berries, 1 cup marinated bobbery berries, a fourth cup Miltank cheese crumbles, and 4 cups of Bulbasaur leaves, and of course 1 pound of Slowpoke meat. Distribute all ingredients evenly, drizzle with your pre-prepared vinaigrette, and garnish with your favorite plant types leaves. On a serious note, thanks for always creating such great comedy week after week. Icy has got me through some days, all caps, but collaborating on a zine to meeting Ben in real life, which was about a year ago, actually, which is kind of crazy. I think it's safe to say I Choose You has added a lot to my life. Cheers to another 100, Chef Jillian. Oh.
Chef Jillian brings up an interesting point, which is I don't think we've ever used a Pokeball as a cooking implement in our recipes.
True.
Not once.
True.
And I think that's something that should be considered for future prospects.
It is in the splash page for our website. So
It is.
we'll have to come to it eventually. That's for episode 101, baby.
There you go. Evan, can you read this email from Trevor?
I can. Trevor W says, "Hello, Icy Crew. Happy 100th episode to y'all. Sorry I haven't been writing in lately. I've been trying to catch up on old episodes of the show and deal with some real world stuff. I know how that goes. Slowpoke happens to be one of my favorite Pokemon because, unlike a certain hell cow I bear an eternal grudge against, it only seems to send out good vibes into the universe with its no thoughts, head empty state of being. I also don't have to feel too bad about consuming its sweet, juicy flesh because its tail just falls right off on its own, apparently.
Yes.
No need to use the whole hog unless you really want to.
Of course.
I've always thought the Slowpoke tail would taste something like ham, so this week I'm going to cook up some cured Slowpoke tail ham steak. First, make a mixture of black pepper, brown sugar, butter, oregano, ground cayenne pepper, and chili powder. And then he says, if you're using Galarian Slowpoke tail meat, you may want to leave out the cayenne pepper. Unless you're the sort of person that likes your tongue to taste of burning forever, then by all means leave it in there. Then rub all that mix over both sides of some thinly sliced Slowpoke tail and place it in a cast iron skillet. Cook on medium heat on both sides for about 5 or so minutes until the meat is blackened and in places, and you're done. Serve with some Diglett potato salad and your LaCroix flavor of choice. Voila, a simple dish that leaves you more time to just hang out and chill with your Slowpoke.
Hell yeah. I think this brings up an interesting point, which is that Slowpoke seems like it's having a good time, but as soon as it evolves and becomes smarter, it's burdened with a consciousness and understanding of the world,
True.
as evidenced in Pokemon the movie 2000, where the Slowking is aware that it needs pants, which I don't think the Slowpoke would ever care about.
Is this like adulting? Is that what adulting is?
Yes. Ian.
I'm going to ask what we're all thinking. Do you think that the proverbial pants Slowking needs so bad are denim?
Most likely.
They're jorts.
Skinny jeans?
Capris?
Yes. He needs jorts to really make it through that snowstorm that he's in. He's like Kevin Smith. Well, those were the emails sent into our email, of course, which is ichoosepod@gmail.com. Yes,
Jeremy,
Ian?
did you want me to read Connor's?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We have so many. Yeah, Ian, please read Connor's email.
Sure. Connor writes, subject line, Slowpoke, arrow, look, soup. I don't trust myself to remember this tomorrow during the live stream, so I'm saying it now. Slowpoke doesn't need to be cooked because it already is soup. Its name literally anagrams to look, soup. Soup spelled SEWP.
I'll take it.
That's all. See you tomorrow. And also, he imagines the middle of soup is pronounced in the same way as a terrible English accent saying Tuesday. Jeremy,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, it's soup.
Thank you.
Look, soup. Thanks for writing in, Connor. Ben, can you read some social media recipes sent in, specifically from our biggest fan who can't be here right now, Pokemaniac Chris?
Yeah. Rip Pokemaniac Chris, listen to this on Tuesday.
He has to sleep.
Yes, so Pokemaniac Chris at Pokemon tweets, who needs a fancy recipe for cooking and eating Slowpoke when you can just chew on a delicious, not at all nutritious Slowpoke tail? Kick back, relax, and just savor this sweet, chewy treat all afternoon as you stare out over a peaceful lake, contemplating existence.
Wow.
On the other hand, this is I Choose You. Cooking Pokemon is serious business. The Pokedex tells us that in Alola, people take dried Slowpoke tails and simmer them in a salty stew, while in Galar, Slowpoke's regional form has a spicy taste due to the from its tail eating Galarica nuts. I think that's how it's pronounced. We even have a Alolan stew recipe from Mallow's Trial in the lush jungle on Sun and Moon. Sweet mago berries, tiny mushrooms, and a little bitter revival herb and a miracle seed. So who's up for some fusion cooking? Let's make an Alolan Slowpoke stew with some Galarian flavors. First, fry some Galarian Farfetch'd leek, garlic, and a medley of Paris and more lolcaps. Chop up the mago berries and throw it all in a pot along with the revival herb, a crushed miracle seed, a cup of Tauros stock, and of course a pound of smoked dried Galar Slowpoke tails. Normal Slowpoke tails are quite sweet, and Galarian ones are spicy, so we'll balance it with a sweet and spicy Galarica honey and diced Appleton. Nice. With the backskin, which the Pokedex tells us is delicious. Bring to a boil and simmer for an hour or so until it's nice and thick. Serve with sticky rice and garnish with a handful of chopped roasted Galarica nuts and, of course, a chilled can of tropical mango LaCroix. Happy 100th episode. Love to all the boys, and here's to 100 more.
Yes, thank you so much, Pokemaniac Chris.
Before we move on, I will just say that we are at $180 in donations. Thank you, everybody.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Keep it coming.
Thank you so much. That's amazing.
You got to shout it out to the fans. And speaking of which, I'm going to read one last recipe from a Duchess Taco COA. You can follow her on Twitter at Duchess Taco COA. And she DM'd us and she said, "Hey, Icy Crew, been pondering on how to do a justice to Slowpoke. The only plot relevantly eaten Pokemon, and I think I have a lead here. We're going to use all the elements of the Slowpoke line here, including the evolving element of Shelder. Starting from the forms of Slowpoke and the Shelder, we're going to serve them up surf and turf style. The Galarian Slowpoke will naturally be flavored by curry spices, so we won't have to do much with the tail meat there. But as a nice contrast, we will season up the Cantonian Slowpoke tail with more of a Barat seasoning, a Middle Eastern spice blend of black peppercorn, cumin, coriander, cloves, cardamom, paprika, cinnamon, and nutmeg, before searing the tails and cooking to a good medium rare. The Shelder can be served in a similar way to the oysters on the half shell of your Slowpoke, surf, and turf. As for the Slowbro and Slowking from both regions, a good food requires good drink. Both of these Pokemon are known for wild move pools who gave Slowking a flamethrower, so their innards must be a roiling mess. I feel like the combination of distilled poisons from the Galarian Slowbro and Slowking could turn into a more psychogenic version of something like a hypnotic liquor, which used to come in purple but apparently stopped selling it. As for the Cantonian forms, you probably could get different types of liquor out of their body fluids too. So let's get some vodka out of the Cantonian Slowbro, infused with raspberry for the purpose of this drink, and some rum out of the Cantonian Slowking. Infuse this with vanilla. We're going to tribute to Prince here with a purple rain. Mix together your Galarian Hypnotic, your rum, your vodka, and some peach schnapps. Shake with ice and serve in a martini glass."
Wow.
Now, here's a fun fact. Vodka is made out of potatoes. So my question is, do Diglets produce vodka in
Absolutely.
the
Oh my
Pokemon world?
gosh.
Oh, they
Yes.
Wow.
Delicious. Also, thank you, Jillian, for the $6.90 donation.
Nice.
Nice.
That really shows us. Now is the time of the show. For a long time, we usually, for the last 10 episodes, we've been doing something special. But this week,
Forgot about this.
next week, we're not going to do something special. We're going to do something really normal and boring and uninteresting, which is that we're going to go to the next generation of Pokemon, also known as Gen 4. And you might be thinking, wow, what great timing. They just announced those Gen 4 remakes. And you're right. That's why we pushed this back as far as possible, so that we could be hip and with it as those games,
We're relevant now.
yes, became a part of the mainstream. So I'm wondering, do we want to do a randomly selected Pokemon, or
Let's
should I
do
just
it.
should we? Okay, so Evan, you need to get me a number between 252 and 386.
Wasn't
Oops,
that we
I'm
already
sorry.
did that one?
I'm
Next time.
sorry. 387 and 493. There you go.
All right, and we have 465.
465. I was just oh, this is actually going to be good. For our first episode of Gen 4, we're going to be talking Tangrowth,
Nice.
Oh,
yes.
evolution
one.
of Tangela. Is it an evolution? I don't think
Yeah.
it might be. Yes, it is. So join us next week as we get our growth on and talk about Tangrowth.
Oh God.
I'm talking about like the stock market or businesses.
To the
Mhm.
moon.
To the moon. I've got those diamond hands, baby. We got a real quick update for you guys from Pokemon Crossroads that they tweeted at us. Slowpoke ham sandwiches. It can come in 2 variants. Regular if you cut the tail from a Slowpoke from Kanto. If you like them spicy, there's a Slowpoke tail from Galar. Perfect for just a quick and easy snack for those who don't cook well. Thanks for sending that in at iChoosePod on Twitter. That's Whalelord's Mailhorde sneaking into Pokemon. Haven't done it along. All
Jeremy, I
right.
know you're gonna plug the show. Can I just go to the bathroom real quick? I really gotta pee.
Get out of here.
Okay, go ahead. Ben. Have fun. Make sure you mute your mic.
At least it's not attached to him.
Yes. Now is the time of the show where I will plug our stuff. You're watching live or you're listening at home. So make sure you check out I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify, or your podcatcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It's the best way to help us go up the ranks. Want more I Choose You goodness? Then I highly recommend checking out our social media pages. I Choose Pod on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. It's a delight by all, as you can see from here. And you can do so many great things, like hang out with your fellow choosies, have fun, talking about cool things, hang out.
Really selling it.
Be cool people together. All that at iChoosePod, various places. You can send us emails at iChoosePod@gmail.com. And if you want more I Choose You goodness, including a full episode archive and a merch store, which may include jorts in the future as the fans demand, you can go to iChooseYou.menu. That's ICHEWS.MENU. Full episode archive and our merch store is available. Evan designed the website and most of our merch.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Evan Edwards reminded me to talk about my writing on the internet, which is that the-avocado.org. I write about movies. Last week I wrote about the Bournes. You love Jason Bourne? Oh my God, it's Jason Bourne. He's chasing after you.
Oh my God.
It's Matt Damon time. So the-avocado.org. Yes, Ian.
Yeah, I'd like to finally plug myself. I'm trying to make it big, playing bass on Instagram. If you want to check me out playing along to some funky shit and also see the bread I like to bake, you can follow me on Instagram, Musician Davis, all one word. It's Music Ian Davis. I'm really clever.
Nice.
So
yeah,
hit
Ian
me
kills
up.
it. Also, it should be noted that I think Jeff Gates says this, that fan of the show Cupcake Dex is also streaming stuff tonight
On
and
Twitch.
cooking various Pokemon delights. Looks like they have a minty spicy cupcake roulette happening. So go check that out. She's awesome.
Nice.
All right. Any more plugs before we wrap up the show tonight?
Thank you to Jillian for already following me on Instagram.
Oh man.
There you go.
This is your claim to fame. Here you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, I think that does it just about for tonight. So, for I Choose You, episode 100, doing it live, I've been your host, Jeremy Zielik.
Been your friend on this live stream, Ben Montoya.
I've been your flying two-tailed fox, Ian Davis.
And trying to find our season 4 theme song, Evan Aubrey.
Oh yeah! Stay tuned for the theme song.
Yes,
It's gonna happen. It'll be great.
Is it? Are we doing it live or are we?
We're
Just
doing
putting
it live.
Okay.
Not on this show, but you'll have to listen to season 4, episode 1 to find out.
Or are we doing?
We're doing it live on YouTube, not in the recording.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Evan's putting up the music, right, Evan?
Yep. So we can stop our recording now.
Okay.
Did you say goodbye?
No, you can. I'm still recording. Just keep going.
Who said goodbye? I can't remember now.
I think Evan did.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
go.
All right.
Do it.
To all the listeners out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile. Thank you.
Theme.
Nice. All right. And for those of you on chat, we're gonna play you the theme song
Yes.
because you wanted to stick around.
Are we gonna play the video too?
There's a video.
Remember, Helen
Oh yeah,
sent
we're gonna
a
do.
video.
That's right. We're gonna do the theme song first, and then that.
Okay.
All right. Let me get this going real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were recording. That's why that last little bit got a little wonky.
Man, now I feel like we're not recording anymore. I'm feeling loose.
I know, it's so, I can't believe no one wrote anything.
Yeah, it worked. That's bananas.
All right, here we go, everybody. You guys won't be able to hear it, but the stream will.
Sweet.
Nice.
And go.
Wow, I love this theme song.
It's all about the recipes. It's a brand new game with brand new mods, new flavors. As you choose slow to savor every new episode of season 4. Better bring your appetite. Mons tasting so good you'll finish every last gob bite. You better be ready to romp. We cook 'em up so good you're gonna wanna guard jump. It's all about the jokes. You gotta make puns. I wanna see that burby shake between two buns. You gotta think on your feet and go faster. You gotta eat 'em all if you wanna be a master. Chef, I choose you. I choose you. It's time for the podcast season 4. When you thought we couldn't need more, I choose you.
That was the season 4 theme song, everybody.
Woo!
Helen says, "Oh my OMG, it's already a huge step up." Connor says, "Yes." Edward
glad you
says,
guys-
"I'm an egg." Grace says, "Jesus."
Oh,
Kurt says, "Where's Post Malone?"
good question.
Where
Helen
is
says, "Lil Nas Ian."
Hmm.
Brooke says, "My mouth dropped." I'm glad that we all have these popular, successful responses.
I want to see
Good
that
stuff.
burger shake between two buns.
All right. Now I'm gonna put up the. Or Ben, are you sharing the video? Or no, you can't. Oh,
Can't
here we
do
go.
Audio.
All right. Well, I
Nick
have to do
says
it
no banjo. I'm sorry.
somehow.
Oh.
So I'm trying to find the.
Give me a
Sorry.
second. I'll set it up.
You're good. We can fill time.
Oh yeah, I just have the Slowpoke picture that I made.
Nick wanted to know why there was no banjo in this theme song.
Oh.
Well, I'm saving that for the official Codcast music, of course.
Of course.
Oh, actually, good question. I see something on here about putting it on Spotify. That is in the process, as well as all of the other previous theme songs. So that is going to be available soon, as soon as they like process the stuff. So
Ben, did you put a link to that video in the chat somewhere? Yeah, you did. Here we go.
Icy band featuring Katy Perry when? That's a good question.
you know, Katy Perry wants to reach out.
That'd be a killer collab, to be honest. I think we could do some really killer work with Katy
Also, I'm
Perry.
realizing that my room is looking pretty dark. You can't really see me anymore.
Well, it's just. Oh yeah, big Evan moment. I should take myself off. Of
Oh,
the
left
stream.
shark Evan for Prez.
Oh Jesus. All right. How can I put? Oh, okay. I'm doing this. Doing it live,
You keep saying that.
and we're doing it live.
Are we not, Jeremy?
I don't know how else to do it. See if this works. Okay. Doing that.
So share
Working on it. Working on it.
We're doing something. We're trying to make it work.
That's fine. They
Honestly, like
hold
now
their
maybe is a good
horses.
time. Just like thanks everyone for showing up. We got 21 people in here, which is like twice what I was thinking would happen. So
Top stream was at 25. So
yeah,
That was pretty good.
that's amazing. It's so cool to see people in the chat, like people that I know are like see like talk over Twitter and whatnot. It's kind of cool that we have like a place for them to talk.
All right. Can you all see this?
I see
Yep.
this. Yes.
Can
Do you hear the sound?
Yes.
Yes.
Sweet.
I've pre-screened this, so I know.
If that makes you.
Oh,
feel
it doesn't
less
want to show up
pathetic.
on the stream.
All right.
there it is.
There we go. Oh.
No, I know, but it's not showing up on the stream, which is why I paused it.
Oh yeah. It's just a Skype logo.
Oh wait, I can do this. Display capture. Yes.
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 We're gonna make this work
Yes.
come hell or high water.
Yep.
Come Helen or high water.
That's funny. I can hear things, but I can't see anything.
Yep.
Yes. So okay. So and the backstory behind this video is that Helen messaged me and said that she made this video specifically for this episode,
Okay.
so that we could watch and that she could see our live reactions as they're happening.
All right, here we go.
If you could cook and eat a Pokemon, which one would it be? Oh God. Is this for Ian? For Ian's podcast?
They know.
Nice.
I would eat Inkay. Is that what it's called?
Ooh, good choice.
Nice.
Yes, Ink Day is a reasonable podcasting choice.
Oh, I want to get the Bone Crusher because I hate
Is this
farming
RuneScape?
bones. Ooh,
It really does look like it.
yeah,
I think
that's
it
a good
is.
one.
Meatpot is a love story.
Oh yeah, this guy looks like Adam Driver.
He does.
If I were to cook and eat a Pokemon, which one would I eat?
People are like, what?
Probably a Magikarp.
Classic.
I
Classic.
feel like it's just
Yep.
like not all there, so I wouldn't understand what's happening. And it's good protein. However.
Yeah, I guess Magikarp wouldn't understand what's happening.
I wouldn't say goodnight to Z Money.
I'm not joining. Okay. Miles, I lost track of what you're talking about. I'm trying to get to the bottom of where the Bucatini went,
Oh my god.
because I'm not quite sure at this point. Bucatini has gone missing, and I'm on the case.
We need this guy
It's
on the
been
show.
a long road to get you, my friend. Well, I tell you, Bucatini, I will see you again. Okay, here we go. Seriously, if you could cook and eat a Pokemon, which one would it be? Easy. Bulbasaur. Next question. No, I got to think about that. Athena, thank you for the Hondo bits. Mega Freeze. Miles Roos Bucatini article writers on stream. A Bucatini is this.
He goes back
This
to
guy.
Seemingly like if ravioli went on forever, and you can quote me on that shit.
Hey, are you on your period?
That's none of your business.
Actually, it is. I sell tampons. Glass wipes. Ass wipes.
Nice.
Helene, probably Lapras, but that's a strange question.
Oh my god, amazing.
I unlocked the Caldwell uppercut.
Ooh, nice. That's my favorite pistol.
Slowpoke is a curry ingredient, I guess. What the hell, says the next person.
So if you kill someone and take their gun, you might as well just fucking run it, right?
My friends have a
You
podcast
either run it now or run it
dedicated to
later.
cooking you.
Oh, here it comes.
Called I Choose You,
That's
haha.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, then you don't feel as big of a loss because it's like, hey, that wasn't even my shit.
Quagsire Jello.
I'm ready up. You guys have a
Have you been
podcast?
getting traits, by the way, because I haven't been checking.
Oh,
Yeah,
Does
I
that
haven't.
podcast?
So
Yes.
as you rank up, you unlock more traits that you can put on your hunter, which are really, really helpful for the game. So if you go to roster
I choose you's
and
funny.
then-
I choose you's
and
funny.
then-
I love this
Hell
edit.
yes.
Dude, I actually had a tweet about that not too long ago about if Lapras and how it would taste. Let me find it real quick.
Nice.
That's funny.
We got this guy hooked.
Yeah. Does he not listen to the show now?
He's
Maybe.
friends with Julian
Like a
Solomito.
while ago.
He's like another YouTuber person.
Uh.
He's his girlfriend's Jenna.
Oh yeah,
Marbles.
look. I tweeted, bro, I bet a smoked or grilled Lapras meat tastes bomb. How fucking dare. And everyone was like pretty upset.
Understand.
She's poisonous. Lapras and some Krabby Boil? Basically, I do work. Season it with some ground up oddish. Some Krabby cakes myself.
Like
That's
he-
a good idea.
That's awesome.
That's what we're
Oh
saying.
man, that was
baby.
a funny thread.
Come on this show.
Yeah. Let's add him
Awesome.
to our short list.
Wonder if he did.
Yeah, dude, poor taste. What was that about? Bro, it probably tasted poor, to be honest.
That's such a big water bottle.
I believe.
This man has a
Because
lot of
one
screen
day-
time.
One
it's a big
day,
deal, but the next one, hold up.
we were
is-
we were
is the
talking
real
about.
kicker.
I forget what we were talking about exactly. Pokemon in general, and like how. In that, you know how like we eat animals in our real world. I was like, yo, they must eat Pokemon. Like that's just how it is, because they always have like food that they're eating, so they must eat.
That is just how it is.
It is.
Yep.
No way.
You better fucking believe it.
Oh man.
Extraordinarily.
Three rounds. For three rounds,
Helen,
I said I had
Helene,
to kill Vince
ask me a
Vito.
question. I'm looking right at chat. I will not move
For
until I
3
answer
rounds,
your
I said that,
question.
and I couldn't do it because of a button or a body or a lover's kill.
The moment you were following me from medbay, I'm like, yeah, here we go.
Then Z showed up and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna blame him. If he's Swapper, he gets it no matter what.
Oh, there was never a lover's kill, by the way. I was sheriff and I shot Z because he moved weird, and I.
Oh my
thought he was
god.
Hey,
all
hey,
this stuff-
Vince.
Here we go.
We'll get there.
How do I
We'll
get
there.
the thing that shows who's talking in Discord on my stream?
Oh, I'll show you. So in live game chat,
Uh-huh.
paste it for you. There's a long link in the live game chat just above us. Paste that into a browser source.
Uh-huh.
On
Riveting
Streamlabs.
chat content.
Okay.
We're getting to it. We're getting to it. This is just the
Helene, I'm
lead
wet.
up.
I'm ready.
Helene.
Helene.
If you could cook and eat. Okay, here's what's great about that. Helene, I was ready for 1,000 different questions. 1,000 different questions. I was not ready for that. I mean, listen, the safe answer is like a Pidgey, right? Because people eat squab all the time, right? So that feels like a safe answer. But I don't think I will also say Executor. Execute, I mean, is good too, frankly.
Yes,
it's good.
Hold on.
He's really giving it some thought.
Yes.
Really.
This is a question that needs consideration.
They were at least near the body.
Oh boy.
Well, dude, I know it's not me. What can I say?
Brood,
It's only 4 of us left, man.
Burn yourself
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm sticking with Pidgey.
I
It's
agree.
safe,
Z, swap
and I
me
don't like
yourself.
Pidgey.
Put your powers.
Everyone voted. I was just about to ask. 'Cause I
More of a vengeance thing.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's incredible. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Helen.
Helen.
Or
Shout
as
out to
everyone
Helen.
calls you, Helene.
Oh my God.
That's so good.
I can't believe we got one of the brothers to think about what we think about.
To even think about us.
Yeah.
Senpai.
Notice it.
Chat
huge
says
shout
between Travis and Green Brothers, I think cooking eating Pokemon is about to go mainstream. I agree, Connor. We're on the vanguard of a revolution. Ugh.
So the real takeaway is that now everyone has to go and just like in all of your various like Twitch streams that you do, just start asking questions. Start seeing if we can if you can get people intrigued.
Just name drop us.
Yes.
Tell your friends and family. Just sneak it in every conversation.
Well, okay. I don't know if you have. But we are also thinking of trying to do like more like guest judge type of things.
Man, if we could get him as a guest season 4, we'd be top shelf.
I'd cry if we got a McElroy as a guest. That would be such a big like boom.
Jeremy would literally weep on camera.
Yeah.
Don't you want to
flow
see
from
Jeremy
my
cry?
face.
Helen, you already have such a pull with the top Twitch streamers. You need to what's the next step here? How do we get them on the show?
Yeah, tell us.
Do we have to like start playing Fortnite or something?
Oh God, please no.
Apparently, this all happened in a single night.
Holy crap! What a night.
That's fun.
Cool.
Well, I think that's all of the extra like goodies that we have, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and we've been streaming for 2 hours. I think this
Let me
is
get the final donate total real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much money did we get tonight, Evan?
It would be $188. Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
Means a lot.
Yeah, it really does, and it's going to a really good cause too. When the website gets back up,
yes, it is going to.
Yeah, this isn't some complicated money laundering scheme or something.
Yeah, no, not at all. It is going to stop AAPI hate, and we will be donating that as soon as the show is over.
Yeah.
Huzzah! All right. Anything else you guys want to do before we call it a night?
Maybe let us know if this was cool for you. If you like
do you
this,
want us to stream more?
Should we do more of this type of stuff? Because this is the first time we've ever done it. So
yeah, and especially
I'm
with
surprised the internet didn't break.
Yes. Yeah, I'm shocked that me both going through Skype, having the YouTube thing up, and recording didn't just melt my internet immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed says next step is we get Bernie Sanders on the show. I agree 100%.
I'm asking you once again, what Pokemon would you cook?
That would be. I feel like that would really be a tough one too, because like I would want to just like. I would want to have like a real connection with this man, but also like gotta ask the hard hitting questions. You know? What I mean?
I'm not here to personalize my relationship with politicians. They need to have faced the third degree when it comes to important parts of life. Which is Bernie Sanders. Which Pokemon would you cook and eat? And he would probably be going, Pokemon, what's that?
Oh man, I like so my favorite from the chat right now. One of the people who maybe just joined, Miguel, says that why does it look like one of the chefs has a hairy arm and is holding a LaCroix?
That's a great question.
Those are Ian's actual arms. Actually,
It's true. He's so swole.
But chat seems enthusiastic about more streaming. We'll try to set up more. Obviously,
yeah.
I mean, we got the system in place.
Yeah, not every episode, but we could do some specials.
Yes,
totally. Yeah.
Maybe we could talk about other things like future movies or yada yada or whatever.
Yeah, we can do something cool.
Yeah, I choose you the movie.
Or like I choose you. We play like new Pokemon Snap, and we like talk about our feelings.
Oh man.
So here's the thing: is then I'd have to pay $60 for this shitty.
It's only $40, Ben.
Then I'd have to pay $40 for this shitty game. Okay.
I'm
it's
sure.
A little bit
I'm
more.
sure our followers would pay for you to play Pokemon Snap.
No, I would not. I wouldn't. That's crossing a line, Evan.
Ben, once you get your tax return or whatever, just set some of that aside for that Pokemon Snap.
Ooh, some in the chat are saying Discord channel so we can call in. Yeah, we could have fans call in if we did it through Discord.
Nice.
That's an interesting idea.
That's a good idea.
Season finale, says Ed.
Actually, I see Kurt saying episode 420. Well, the next time we do something live will be for episode 420. So
that's in 4 years from now when we get there.
More than 4 years. It's been how many years have we done this show? Two.
So it's going to be like in 8 years.
Yeah.
So in 8 years, once we live like in the Mad Max hellscape, 420 will be live from our like the drum car or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll definitely. This went really well. We got more people watching than I anticipated. I'm gonna level with you guys. I was like 11. That's what I thought we'd top out at that. But man, we did better than that. More than
for the fans.
It is for the fans.
Yep. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye,
have
chat.
a good night.
We love you.
Bye.
And offline.
Wow.
So how did